All right, well, you're talking about those cold temperatures, but we have had a pretty mild winter so far, even was starting to feel a little bit like spring.
Yeah, plants all over, they're confused. I'm confused. So with some flowers starting to grow like it's already spring, that may have some of us getting a little spring fever and wanting to start a garden.
So we have UConn's master gardener, Sarah Bailey, here with us, detailing a few do's and don'ts if you're itching to get planted. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
So this is a UConn day.
Apparently.
You've come on, it's like a UConn theme.
Apparently.
Tell us what you're a professor at UConn.
I'm not a professor. I'm the Hartford County coordinator for the Master Gardener program.
That's pretty impressive.
This is not a matriculated program.
Okay.
So that professor title.
So can anybody, join the club?
Anybody can apply for the program. It is a 9-month program where we give interested people, all of whom are generally passionate gardeners or folks interested in the environment. We teach them the basics of horticulture over a course of 9 months, and then they turn around and provide that information to the public.
Okay.
So we are working as an adjunct sort of to the professors and to the university to help residents, homeowners, schools, groups like that, who are interested in gardening and are interested in residential.
That's
gardening.
really interesting.
Wow.
Okay,
I know,
cool.
Never knew that.
And do you have to take a certification to be a master?
You have to pass the program.
You have to pass this 9 months.
Yes.
And then you're a
you are
master
certified
gardener.
master gardener.
Excellent.
What are some of the most common questions or misconceptions that come around this time of the year when it comes to gardening?
The biggest one we're going to talk about today, which is seed starting, and it's don't start yet.
Don't start yet.
Don't start yet. You want that green. You want things growing. It's February. This year's been a little unusual, but usually it's miserable and cold at this point. But our general last frost date in Connecticut, and obviously there's some variation by area, is the first week in May.
Yeah.
And for some things, I mean, if you live up in the hills, it's going to be later than that.
Yeah, I always tell
Right.
people like May 15th, May 16th.
For tomatoes, May 30.
May 30.
Oh, wow.
Because they don't like cold weather.
Okay.
So if you start now, it's mid-February, they're going to be ready to go out in 2 months, and that's too soon.
Okay.
Unless it's peas or beans or lettuce, which can handle that cold weather.
Okay.
So think about it now, get ready for it now, but a couple more weeks before you start your seeds.
All right.
Okay.
How do we get ready?
You need just a couple of items. You need soil.
Soil. Okay.
So you need seeds.
Okay.
You need containers. You need water. And you need heat, warmth. You can go out and buy all of these pieces here. We've got, these are what are called peat pots. They're biodegradable. You can always go out and get the little pots like this that you can get at the garden center. You can get one of these setups, which is what you want. You want a tray that holds water. You want a greenhouse, if you will.
Yeah, it's like a little greenhouse.
Moisture. And then you want your seed pots for all of your different seeds. You can use yogurt cups. You can use, this is a clamshell from some takeout.
Oh, funny.
Wow.
So as
Egg
long
crates?
Yeah, as long as you've got something that holds the water and then the containers that are separate from that, if it works, you can use that.
That's wonderful.
You don't have to spend money.
And Sarah, is there a specific type of soil that we should be getting?
You want to preferably use something that's called a seedling soil or a germination soil.
Okay.
You can use straight potting soil. The one thing you don't use is garden soil.
Don't
go
use
out in
garden
your garden
soil.
and use garden soil. It's too heavy. It doesn't drain well. It's really not suited for containers.
Yeah, mine's got a lot of clay in it anyway.
So get a potting soil, or this is what they call seedling soil.
Okay, excellent.
Before you plant, moisten it overnight.
Okay.
So that it's ready to go.
And how would you, just spritzing it with water
I just poured a little water into here and stirred it around a bit. What you want is something that, when you squeeze it together, gently holds.
Gotcha.
But if you push at it, it comes apart.
Terrific.
That's ready to go.
And this is a setup I just want to point out that someone could have in their home if they don't necessarily have a big plot of land or anything. This is something we all could do.
We all start inside. Some people have setups. Others do windowsills or the kitchen counter.
Well, Sarah, we can't thank you enough for coming on the show today. This is awesome.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Great information.
And happy planting.
Yes.
Absolutely. Spring will be here eventually.
Before we know it. Scott, you better report some nice
I'm going to try and
spring-like
get some
weather
nice spring-like weather soon. A couple of weeks.